idea functionally what I'm doing.
Months until I'm customizing my pussy lips. I'm very excited.
For fucking the giggles.
Yo, you ain't getting a candy bar, bitch.
I have 1 round left. Just enough for myself.
Fuck it all.
Wow.
It's a podcast.
Wow.
Welcome.
This
I
is
have
my
a-
best.
I have a belly full of pizza.
Wow, you ate pizza today? I had pizza today.
Wow.
I
dude,
had
that's why I was
pizza
talking about
today.
pizza.
I thought you guys were just talking about pizza. I didn't know you had pizza.
just having a random conversation. Hey man, how do you feel about pizza? You know?
Comment
Wow.
below how you feel about pizza.
Damn,
Yes,
son.
like, comment, and subscribe if you two are down with pizza.
They're not gonna do that.
Unless you're from Chicago, that's not pizza.
It's pizza.
There's only 5 of them, and none of them comment or like or well.
Do you think 1 in 5 is from Chicago? Because we're about to lose that person because it's not pizza.
It's pizza. It's just gross.
It's
Is
pizza
it-
soup. That's what it is.
Is it worth losing a sub?
It's
Who's
pizza
from?
shit. Yeah.
Wow. Is it worth losing this person if we get them to comment though? Like for the algorithm, you know? If we get the engagement, is it worth losing the sub?
So now,
I don't
Brandon,
know
I
how
have
that's
principles, and those principles can't, like deep dish pizza. I can't cave on that.
I don't think I've ever had a deep dish pizza, so I can't really.
It's pizza soup. It's like tomato soup, but with cheese on it.
It's a tomato
It's-
soup.
Disgusting.
Okay.
It's because the dish is deep and they fill it with the sows.
The sauce?
The sows.
Would you say that if you ate it, you would get lost in the sauce, as the kids would say?
Metaphorically and literally.
As the kids would say, I am now lost in the sauce.
I would take a bite and then not know my geographic location.
Because I'm lost
In the sauce, you see.
in the sauce, yes.
I need a
Chicago,
map.
your pizza sucks, according to Richie.
I need
so.
to chart out this sauce. I need to cartographer some sauce.
I don't think I'm like the sole fucking arbiter. I think that's like a widely accepted fact that the pizza there is garbage.
Is it really?
Yeah, I mean that's the thing.
What about how you feel about thin crusts? I like a thin crust.
I mean that's all right. I mean,
Any time I've ever tried any like deviation from just a normal pizza pie, I don't really like it. I don't even really like Sicilian pizza and shit like that, to be honest.
I agree with that.
I
I'm
love
not a big
Sicilian.
fan. I'm not a big fan of Sicilian pizza either.
Sicilian is
me-
hyper dependent on how good the dough of the place is. Like more than any other pizza.
Yeah, because
There's
there's
a
such a
lot
large
more.
quantity of
Yes.
dough, yeah. Which is probably why I don't like it. I like a normal, round pizza pie. It's of a construction that I'm familiar with, and all that matters is whether or not what's on it is good. And then I don't fuck with any of that other weird shit.
Every
personally.
minute, every second. Finish it, come on.
What? I don't know what you're doing.
Oh, it's... System?
What are you doing, dude?
System of Down, come on. Pepperoni and green peppers, mushrooms, olive chives.
Yeah, that went over my head. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Pepperonis, angry peppers, mushrooms, olive chop.
Need therapy. Okay, we're gonna get flagged.
It's fine. See, I don't-
That'll be
weird
the biggest interaction with YouTube we'll ever have. Oh, they flagged us. Neat.
Your thumbnail, dude. Big picture of Serge Tankian's face, but like on top of a pizza pie.
Yeah,
Or
he's being
something.
baked into the crust.
Yeah, he's
I gotta say, that's one.
Sicilian. I eat Serge Tankian pizza.
That's the one thing I don't miss about living with John is he used to always get crust well done, and I didn't like that kind of
Ew.
thing.
What does that even mean?
It apparently means they just cook
Like
the dough
crispy?
a little bit more. Yeah, I think the
What?
result is it's supposed to be like drier and crispier, but really it just kind of burned around the edges like every
Yeah,
time.
that does not sound good.
It's
I wasn't
apparently
even
a very Jersey thing.
I wasn't even aware that was something you could ask any pizza place to do, because the idea of cooking a crust more than what's given to me naturally is not something that's ever occurred to me.
That's why we didn't get pizza often.
Okay.
So I like actively despised it. Like I've eaten all sorts of pizzas from all sorts of places. I never really had one I hated, unless the place was shit. Uh, but yeah, that was a thing I'll never again get in my life if I can help it.
I like a large pepperoni, but could you just like fuck my shit up? Like, could you just fuck it up? Like, just like pretend like you're bad at cooking. I just like leave it into. I just fuck my shit up, dog.
You know that part where you want to keep it warm, so you put it on top of the oven? Just leave it in there. Just
Leave it in there.
don't take it. You know that had to entirely been based out of like a mistake. Like they gave
Yeah,
someone and they were like,
it's
"Yo,
really
my
not.
pizza's burnt," and they were like, "No, it's well done. You asked for this."
Yeah, it's a style.
Uh,
My pizza's on fire.
there's
no.
there's one time I did not eat a pizza that was presented to me, and it was a lucky time because everyone else got horrible food poisoning because it
Nice.
was I was visiting my eldest sister in college, and they got lobster on the pizza. And I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna fuck with that. And it turned out to be the right call.
Had I'm going back like years ago. Like fuck, maybe like over 10 years ago or something like that now, but my way back then, my father who worked very far from the residence would come home with food, and he would get pizza from around where he worked, and he would come home with these like shrimp pizzas.
Hmm.
It was like a pizza but with shrimp, and it was like a different it wasn't like a red sauce that they used. It was like something else. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I know it wasn't like a red sauce. And it was actually very good.
No,
It was a steak
let
I
me
liked quite a bit.
rephrase. It's like the concept of lobster on pizza isn't disgusting to me because I've had lobster before and I've had good lobster before, but just something about this pizza place just offers lobster pizza. And I was like, I don't know if I trust a pizza joint to get
You have to.
fish
I know what you're
correctly.
getting at. You have to be very familiar with the pizza place and
Hmm.
like what it looks like, how the general quality of just whatever they offer before you take that risk
On
with
top of it,
someone cooking seafood on a pizza.
it wasn't one of those things where it was like a restaurant and then they also served pizza.
Right. Yeah, it's just a
It
pizza
was a
place.
pizza place,
Yeah.
and it was no, thank you.
Yeah. I see. I entirely understand where you're coming from. It's a risk.
I hope you're hungry, listener.
I hope you enjoyed this opening pizza discussion. Very thematic with our old. We can't get away from pizza recently on podcasts.
Pizza podcast.
Last week it was the Pizza Hut conspiracy. This week it's pizza reviews and descriptions of our pizza adventures. I still kind of can't get over Well Done Crust. Does he still listen to this fucking?
I don't think
fucking...
he ever listened to it in the first place, honestly.
No, he did. He absolutely did. Because when we started recording these, like, over a year ago now, I think I was the like text conversation with him.
John, comment below. What the hell was up with that? Why'd you do that?
And he said that he was listening, but I don't know if he still
very
does.
good.
I wouldn't blame him if he doesn't.
Excellent. Good to have you, John.
Just like, well, I mean, like I said, he's probably not anymore. But just like you, random listener or person from Chicago that Richie took a shit on, you also shouldn't be listening to this. But I appreciate that you are.
So
All
now,
five of you.
now we can combine for the worst a Chicago deep dish with lobster, well done, cooked by Serge Tankian. He doesn't actually put pepperoni, green peppers, mushrooms, olives, nor chives on the pizza, but he'll sing about them.
Yeah, he doesn't like that, but he'll include it.
I haven't had
in song.
chives on a pizza. That'd probably be okay.
Yeah, I don't think I've had what the fuck is a chive exactly?
Isn't it like
What is
it's
chive they used in?
it's a vegetable, yeah?
I know that,
It's
but
like
like,
it's almost like a scallion,
oh,
isn't
okay,
it?
yeah, it's like it's gone. I've probably had chives before then.
I mean, I
Chive,
probably had it
chives,
in like the sauce, but I've never specifically been like put some chives on my.
You never had
Right.
like a loaded baked potato with chives in it?
No.
I don't know. Like if I don't, I mean, I don't tend to eat shit like that anyway in the first place. But I'm willing to bet chives are the kind of thing where I've probably had it, but it wasn't like a listed ingredient. You know what I mean?
If you're
It's probably
aware,
something I'd eat.
I just cut you off for just a second. If you're aware of our format yet, you should know by now we don't have a lot of news to talk about.
Well, even when we've had news, this is a recurring thing now recently when we record where we just have a normal conversation like we would normally have about something very
I like to refer to it
up.
as, instead of a preamble, the pre-ramble. That's how I've framed it in my head.
I like that.
We start with just this tangent that just goes wherever the hell it goes.
And this week it was pizza.
We're not done yet.
It could be anything else. Our heart's desire.
Yeah. So
Where does
far,
this
so
road
far it's
take us from here?
pizza and System of a Down. That's the starting point. Where we end up, who knows?
You know, System of a Down came out with a new song like a couple months ago.
I
Really?
heard that, but I haven't actually like listened to it. I'm so behind on all my CDs, dude. I need to get Mastodon's new shit. I don't think Animals as Leaders has put anything else out, but I haven't checked, so I have to look at that. Like I'm all sorts of fucked up musically.
I'll be honest, I don't know. I just like I'm not listening to heavy stuff as much as I used to because I think mostly in part because I just can't find new shit that I like, and it's a real problem. There's like I every time I find like if iTunes recommends me something and it's like here's this like metal band you've never heard of, try them out, or like YouTube will recommend me something and then I listen to it and I'm like I don't like this. It just sounds like everything. It sounds like shit I've heard. It's a lot of just like blanket metalcore genre stuff that sounds like shit I've been listening to for like ages, and I can't get into any of it. It's hard. It's hard to find shit that's like super original nowadays. And as a result, because I'm not seeking new shit, I also don't keep up on like bands I know I like with like their new releases as much as I should.
Have you heard about Trapt? The good old Headstrong boys? Let me fill you in, friend.
I'm really curious where you're going with this.
They initially got kicked off of Facebook for inviting the Proud Boys to a concert. And recently
No.
they got kicked off of Twitter because they were like, "Hey, statutory rape is kind of okay."
Serious?
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no. You know what the most shocking thing is about everything that you just said?
What?
That they had a concert that they could invite the Proud Boys to. That's the most shocking part of that whole fucking
Hey,
thing.
don't speak bad of the fucking base we're trying to reach with our
Oh, that's true.
thumbnails.
Yes, you're not wrong. I forgot. I forgot we're trying to get those views.
Oh, just wait till our first live cast, I guess, at like, I don't know, PAX, whatever bottom
Oh
of the
yeah,
barrel event decides to invite us.
none of them.
There's got to be a con specifically for like no-name YouTubes, like just a pity party. Pity con. We could start it right here, right now.
Yeah, let's do it.
Get your tickets to PityCon. We may have a ball pit.
Hold it like around where we live too. Just make it like really inconvenient
You won't
for
have
anybody. No.
you won't have to worry about our checks bouncing for the entertainers because we don't have any money to hire the entertainers in the first place.
So there will be none.
A check can't bounce if there's no check. A check can't bounce if there's no bank account.
We do need
Yeah.
like a like a center, somewhere we're gonna hold it. Unless we're just gonna do it in like the middle of the woods.
Yeah,
or
we're gonna
something.
bonfire it up. We're not even gonna
Okay.
have permits. We're just any random state lands wherever we can, mid hunting season for peak shenanigans.
Big danger.
Yeah. We're also gonna like leave. The only budget is gonna go into raw meat that we're gonna leave around, so hopefully some bears show up.
Yeah, we spice it up. That's the entertainment.
The entertainment is like meet YouTubers you've never heard of escape from bears.
And little will we know, behind our backs, Richie has intercepted every invitation to PittyCon and replaced them with invitations to nothing but like furry-based YouTuber personalities. So we're just getting them stuck into a bear trap in the middle of the woods.
See, and at first they're gonna be happy. They're gonna be like, "Look, friends," and then they're gonna get mauled.
That's a really nice costume. Oh.
Damn, that's high quality.
My immersion.
I think I remember on like 1,000 Ways to Die that actually happened. Like there was like some furry orgy in the desert and the guy was like high as shit and he came across like an actual animal and he was like, "Hey baby, wanna fuck?" And then the animal killed him.
Thank God.
Oh no. Thank God.
Listen, I'm like, watch what I say, but there's a few reasons. Thank God. One, didn't know what other closet shit that guy was into, but the guy wanted to fuck an animal, and the animal defend itself. That's just
No, he wanted
it's
to
just nature,
he
man.
wanted
It's
to
just,
fuck a
around.
person in
that's
an
just-
animal suit. He was mistaken because he was fucked up on the furry drugs.
I mean, that's just like natural selection too. That's like getting that guy out of the gene pool too.
I feel like you have to be extraordinarily high to make that mistake.
Look, to be fair, I'm not a furry and I don't get fursuits. So, like, I've been inebriated and I have mistaken things for other things. If I was in that environment, maybe I could
What
make that
animal was
mistake.
it?
I don't recall.
Like, it had to have killed him.
I mean, it was on a show called 1,000 Ways to Die, so I'm assuming he didn't make it out.
Yeah, unless it was like a snake. But who the fuck would mistake a snake for a fursuit?
Is this the one you're talking about? I just Googled it. Embarrassed. A man named Randy was under the influence of magic mushrooms, which made him have hallucinations. Randy tried to talk to the. First of all, I would just like to point out that I'm pretty sure like half the shit that makes it on this show isn't real.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's
Possible.
made up.
Yeah.
But still, I think this is it. It's a guy eating magic mushrooms and he walks in the woods and gets killed by a bear. Yeah, he tried to fuck a bear and then died. Which,
Bear fucker,
it's
do you
probably-
need assistance?
Yes, he stumbled upon a group of people dressed in animal costumes. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that was the weird thing is like so he was in the desert just trying to get fucked up. And then he like wandered into a furry orgy and then he wandered out of it into a regular bear.
Yes.
That's a lot of coincidences for a
Like
guy
my
who
fucking
was
nightmare, dude.
killed by himself.
It's like my night. Ah. Which one's the worst, the actual bear or the furries?
Equally as scary.
I just like okay, so we've alluded to it. Richie is a large man, and there's something that's very funny about me that him being like fucked up in the woods, and then like little twinkest furries in like costumes be like, "Hey, baby," and he'll be like, "Ah!"
Stay away.
It's very horrifying.
Yeah, it could be a large furry. Are you implying that
No,
there are
I
no
mean-
large jacked furries?
I guarantee you, there's at least one or two.
Only one or two.
I said at least. There's a possibility.
Only one or two.
I don't get that at all.
Yeah, what? There were many things that just flew out of our mouths. What about them?
You know what?
Do you know
That's
which one?
fair. And thinking about it, I'm not. I was about to say like the costume stuff, but I'm into cat girls, so that would make me a hypocrite like saying that. 'Cause
I'll argue it's different, but
no. But what I mean is, I could get it. I could follow the logic path, even if I don't agree to that extent. So me saying I don't get it, that's kind of like not accurate. I get it. I just don't find it personally appealing. Um, I don't know. I don't know, dude. I don't know. It's so expensive too. It's like,
Oh, it is. I saw a thing on. I don't remember what I was watching. And it wasn't like internet. It was like TV. And there was a show that was talking about a girl who was like, she was like young, like not an adult, like teens somewhere, like mid-teens, and
okay.
she made an a absolute shitload of money making like pretty decent, not even like, well, they were like okay, I guess. I don't know. I'm not a furry, so I'm not I'm not a connoisseur of fursuits, but
Mm.
they seemed pretty good. And she made a lot of money
Well,
just
that's
making
like
these things
I
and shipping them to people.
like I respect any artist who doesn't like on the side make like shit tons of furry commissions because they appear to have unlimited money somehow.
Oh, I would fucking dude, if I had like drawing ability, if that was the thing I was capable of doing, I would in a heartbeat. I would do like hentai commissions. I would
Brandon,
do
Brandon,
what?
potential untapped market. You're into
Don't. I
music.
know what you're gonna say. Don't.
You're a pretty good producer.
I'm
Okay,
not. But
guitarist.
thank.
What if you make the first furry music?
what does
I
that
guarantee
even
you that it
what does that
exists.
even entail?
I
Yeah. First of
don't
all, what does that mean?
know. Entail, haha, I get it. No,
I'm going to Google and I'm typing in furry music. Top 10
oh,
best furry
Jesus
music
Christ,
videos.
dude. I mean, I know they're into a lot of like EDM stuff.
Uh-oh, I just went to wikifur.com.
Oh boy, scrub that history.
Nah, it's fine. I'm not even in fucking private uh mode.
You're gonna get some weird recommendations next time you go on to Amazon.
That's fine. I've Googled stranger shit.
I believe it.
Nevertheless, music within the furry fandom exists as a number of as a number of furs happen to be musicians and singers. Some have often performed their work at conventions, even going as far to serve as DJs at dance raves.
Of course, it's raves.
Yeah, but like show me a fucking. It doesn't even list an artist as an example. Like,
It's
I
just
mean, like a
probably generic club shit, you know?
furry making music is not the same thing as furry as a genre, you know? So I would like to know what that entails.
Well, maybe it doesn't exist yet. Maybe you can be. Maybe that will be your legacy. Think about that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. If music that somehow has an element that causes it to become fur as a genre, if that doesn't exist yet, I don't want to be the one to make it. I don't want to be the one to figure out how it's made, and I don't want to be the one to do that.
You want to exploit it. You don't want to like tap it. You want it to already exist. You want to make money off of it. You don't want to be
No,
the
I don't want to do that
progenitor.
either. Actually, I'll do weird like, because I don't even know what that would be. Like, how do you?
Again, it's up
And
to you.
also, let's be real. There's no money in music in the way that there's money in like visual art forms, like people being commissioned by people directly being paid to make like furry porn artwork and shit. That's not like, it would be difficult to find a way to get a furry to part with their money to make a specific fur music track. Like it doesn't
You
equate.
make fursona themes. So someone pays to get the fursona, and then you'll be like, I'll make a track inspired
Yes.
by.
And they get a theme song. The problem is the only
Yes.
thing I can do is drum and bass, so no one would get anything other than a drum and
That's
bass
fine.
persona tracks. I can't really do anything else.
Drum and bass is fine. Throw in some animal samples, I guess. Some growls.
That's it. That's all. That's all
growl
that fur
sounding
music
basses.
entails.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what else.
Sounds of people doing shmush mush in fursuits
Your parents
layered in the
disappointed
background.
in the background, yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely
Do you think they do the same thing that we do? Is that they look at their like $10,000 fursuit and they're like, it's not crack, you know?
Probably.
no. I'm gonna say no. I think the majority of them are super okay with it. Because it's
That's
like a
the
lifestyle,
problem.
dude. You know what I mean? It's not
Yeah,
like
that's true.
it's a lifestyle. It's a kink. It's not like we're fucking our 40K models and shit. So it's like we look at those and we're like, oh, what the
I
fuck
don't know.
did I do
Richie
here?
owns Howling Banshees.
They're far too small for fucking. Okay.
That hot glue exists.
I don't even want to broach.
You know exactly what it is.
Yeah, hot gluing them all together to make a fleshlight
No?
out of very spiky
Metal?
40K
They're metal
models.
They're-
too.
The glue is not glue.
Lol.
Brendan is very quiet.
What a pre-ramble, dude.
We started at pizza.
And now we're at furries and model fleshlights.
What a fucking pre-ramble. This is a random return to what we were talking about like 5 minutes ago. But I legitimately just can't like I can't find like good new like heavy music. I just can't do that. It's borderline impossible.
I haven't really donated any real time. I kind of just go wherever the recommendations take me. And lately that's been like weird indie hipster shit and like some rap and some electronic music. I haven't really been in the heavy space for a bit. Besides, bands I've known since, I was a child and their new shit. I haven't branched out into new bands from that.
Like I don't know, like YouTube recommendations for me will never feed me anything like that because I just listen to like a lot of electronic music on YouTube nowadays, so it's never gonna give me stuff like that. iTunes will give me stuff like that more frequently, but then every time I try it, it's just like I don't know, just like very derivative shit that I have a very difficult time getting into. Every once in a while, someone I like we used to listen to comes out with something that's decent. Like Deftones came out with a new album recently that's not bad.
Oh yeah.
There's some stuff on it I like more than others, but it's pretty solid for the most part. And then like Gojira just came out with a new album and they never really do anything bad. But like that's shit. Those are bands I know about, you know what I mean? I think the only thing I found recently that I like is a band called Spirit Box that I listened to quite heavily for like a couple months. And that was it. Like anything before that, I there's like nothing, or after that for that matter. I just can't. I can't find shit. So I just listen to like drum and bass on fucking repeat nowadays. And I find a lot of that.
I gotta devote like a couple of days to just that. I got into like a lot of weird, lesser known bands, just because I listened to the most hipster radio station in the world on the way to work, and sometimes on the way back.
Wow, you're a hipster.
You, Bren, you actually know this station. Remember the Nightmare station we used to sometimes turn on in high school? That it would just be weird noise and like other awful weird shit.
God, I kind of know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Like it rings a bell. I
I've
don't
started
have,
to
like, vivid
actually
memories.
listen to it.
Okay.
It's mostly kind of for that feeling where it's like even if I don't like it, Christ, I've never heard anything like it before, so that's neat. That's where I'm at in like desensitized like oversaturation, where it's like, oh, I like this. I've never heard something like before. It's terrible, but it's new terrible.
But I'm exposing myself to new forms
Yes.
of shit I hate.
That has won me points. Originality.
Yeah, I just listen. My life, my music listening life has just kind of devolved in the electronic music of various subgenres and like some of the hippity hoppity from time to time, and like that's pretty much it.
I basically just listen to the radio, like on my way to and from work. That's kind of like my music.
But like what kind of station?
It depends. In the morning, I don't listen to music. I listen to like talk radio because I like that.
Nice.
I can't really get into that anymore. I don't
Dude,
know.
Modern art,
all right,
talk radio. Holy
I'm
fuck.
gonna put out a shout out to the radio show I listen to. It's um Elvis Duran in the morning show.
Jesus
It's really
Christ.
funny. They're funny and I like it.
Isn't it alarming that they've been doing that for like
Forever.
yeah,
Dude, I used to listen to them like fucking like Jesus Christ,
like
like
going to
6 years
middle
ago.
school and shit. I
Yeah.
remember the Z Morning Zoo.
And then if I do listen to music, I'll just like throw on some like Posty or some now. It's like,
Posty,
yeah, I listen to a
you're
lot of
listening to Pasty
Posty.
Melons?
Yeah.
Oh my god, he listens to Pasty
The
Melons, dude.
Posty with the Mosty.
Wow. I didn't know I didn't know you partook of the pasty melon. That's news to me.
Yeah, actually thinking about it, I have some tracks that you might like, Brandon, but we'll do that later. We should probably get to weeks now before we
Should
start
we?
talking about like I don't know how crazy people who believe in astrological signs are or some shit.
What?
I'm a Libra, by the way. Fuck you. I'll go first.
What an aside. Take your fucking week after that. That's your punishment. Your punishment is you go first.
Oh wait, get ready for this. I didn't do shit.
Oh, nice.
Cause,
Exciting.
cause I edited 2 podcasts in one, you know, week. So,
That's true. You had a lot of editing to do.
and besides that, I mean, I don't know if I mentioned it last week. I finished the Expanse. Um,
I don't recall.
so, assuming I didn't, I finished the Expanse. It's not done. So there's another season in the works, but because of that, I don't really have anything to watch anymore. That was the thing that I was like plugging away at. So I have nothing new on that front, and I've been so busy editing, I haven't played any of my games. I haven't played R-Type Final. I haven't played MechWarrior Online, and I spent a lot of free time binging Eliminate's channel.
I fucking that's awesome.
So
I'm glad someone else has basked in the glory of Eliminate.
that's a really good channel.
Oh,
No.
Brandon.
Yeah.
Yeah, never mind. Later.
Okay. Shout out to fucking Eliminate, dude. No one listens to our podcast, but if you do, you should go watch Eliminate's videos. They're fucking hilarious. There's never been
Some are way better than others.
Yeah, I've never watched one that didn't make me laugh at least once though.
Mm.
You know, there's always something in one of his videos that I find hilarious. I don't know. There's just something about a man who's like an actual professional, like music producer, who's just like was like, I'm gonna make a fucking I'm gonna make a YouTube channel, and I'm just gonna use my talents for the memes, and it's kind of incredible. And you really don't need to know anything about what he's doing to like derive any enjoyment from it. You'll get a little bit extra out of it, like with some of the shit that he says, but for the most part, like you can it's just fucking funny.
If you're
Even if you have
watching
no
it,
clue what's going on.
I gotta say, I don't know which episodes it is, but some of the people in his little contest that he holds are horrible trolls. And you're gonna hear a knocking in your right ear that's gonna sound so
Oh, I saw
fucking
that, yeah.
real.
I know what you're talking about.
and it will terrify you, especially if your room is laid out like mine, where like the door is like just behind me, so it sounds like someone's just trying to get my attention, and I jump every fucking time.
There's a fucking he puts like a warning on the screen in that video, I think, before it happens. I don't know if people have done it in multiple
People
videos.
have done it in other videos as well.
Wow, I didn't know that. I've
Yeah.
only seen the one where someone did it.
It's a nightmare. People who participate and eliminate stuff, please stop doing that. Thank you. It's also kind of funny.
It is kind of fun.
It's kind of amazing that they could get a sound to do that. Like how it's so much stronger in like just one ear, and it like my body physically reacts as if like you could even feel the slight vibrations of when someone like knocks something next to you, and it's kind of really neat from that regard. But it also makes me jump every time, and I don't like that.
Yeah, I was watching the one where he warns you on screen, and it still kind of fucked with me, like when the audio played because of how realistic it was,
Yep.
despite knowing that it was coming. That shit is so funny though, dude. I think I watched the the one where he remixes the Jesus TikTok thing.
That one's really good.
I think I watched the portion of him doing his track like 5 times over, just because it's it's so good.
That's one of the best ones. So the way the format for most of his episodes works is it's him making the song, he plays the song, and then it's the other people using the same sample, and so that adds up like a neat interaction where it's like sometimes you watch it and it's because his song is really really good, and then other times it's because the submissions are just like out of control good. Usually it's the former, but sometimes it's the later. So yeah, it's definitely big plug, and that's my week literally.
Oh, Jesus really do be hitting though.
I do.
Jesus be
The
Jesus
auto
be
tune
kind of hitting.
Tyler is also a sick beat.
Wait, which one?
The auto tune Tyler is in the same video.
I need to be right back real quick.
Oh my God, he has to be right back really quick. Oh my fucking God, he has the nerve
When it's
to
his
leave
turn.
during eliminate. Unfortunately, no one listens to our podcast, but if they did, go watch Eliminate because it's fucking funny.
The 5 people who listen to this podcast, check out
Yeah.
Eliminate.
Hilariously, his content is like, for me at least, it's like, first it's fucking very funny, some of his remixes, and then other times, on the other hand, rather, it's also kind of like educational for me sometimes because he is very good at what he does, and I have an understanding of what he's doing a lot of the time when he's doing it, especially because he uses a lot of the same stuff that I use, like plugin wise, which is kind of nice. So when I'm like watching him, it's also kind of educational for me because I get to be like, oh, that's really cool, like how he made this sound like this. There was another one that's extremely funny where he's remixing the girl in the car whose laugh sounds like the devil.
Oh, that one's really good.
And when he's like, firstly, it's extremely funny, but secondly, when he starts doing little things to like tweak her sound and make it like very percussive and like heavy, and I was like, oh, that's really cool because like I understand what he's doing, so I walk away with a little bit of knowledge. And I laughed my fucking ass off, and I rewatched some of those like smaller sections of his videos like a dozen times because they just kill me every time I hear it. Very good channel. You know what's funny? Do you know how he started that? He's been like a pretty successful, mostly like dubstepy producer on a
Right.
label for quite some time, and then when the Rona started was when he made his channel because he didn't have anything else to do. He was like, well,
Nice.
the fucking like the music industry sucks. I'm not playing shows because of Rona. So I have to do something. So he made that YouTube channel, and like I think his first video got like 500,000 views or something, and he got like 10,000 subs in like 2 weeks or some shit, and then He just kept going.
Yeah, it's really weird that you only like scroll down his timeline a little bit and it's like, 1K and 10K. It's like right there. Like he's pretty fresh and he's rocketed to I'm guessing success.
Yeah,
I don't know anything about success on YouTube.
I think the reason, well, he's clearly pretty successful. Some of his older videos have more views than his newer ones because that's just kind of like the nature of YouTube. I think when you
Yeah.
start making like a series out of something, people tend to like fall off a little bit
Mhm.
towards the end. Um, but I think the reason why he's so successful and also why I find his shit so funny and why I keep watching it is because there's really no one else out there quite like him in the sense of like, yeah, there's a shitload. I can tell you from experience that there's an absolute fuckload of like music production related content on YouTube, but most of it is either like purely educational or the people who are doing it for the comedy and like the memes are good at what they're doing, but you don't know them. You know what I mean? This
Mhm.
is the equivalent of like if Corey Taylor made a YouTube channel and started singing meme tracks in a studio. You know what I mean? Like that's like what this is. If you have a very successful, relatively well-known EDM producer who was just like, you know what, I'm gonna fucking do comedy on YouTube with my skill set, and it's very cool and also very funny.
It's quite good.
What else did you do your week? Anything? Or is that it? You
That's
you
literally
edited
it.
and you watched Eliminate?
I edited, I watched Eliminate, I finished The Expanse.
Nice. I would take my week, but Richie's not here. I could do it anyway. That
I'm trying to think of if I did anything else. I mean, I watched a lot more YouTube than just Eliminate, but it's not new and I didn't marathon it, so it doesn't matter. And here's another thing is I'm out of the stock market.
okay.
Yay. I sold all my stocks, I made money. I didn't lose money on a single stock.
Nice.
But I genuinely feel like things are going to become tumbling down, at least economically. I don't know about nothing else in the foreseeable future. So I was like, I should probably get it out the second I make a couple bucks on each stock. So I did, and
I don't know, dude. We got big reopenings potentially in the future. You don't think that's gonna positively affect the stock market when as everyone's getting vaccinated and people are getting
it's
back out there?
it's rough to say, 'cause like yeah, that will boost the economy, but things are also still nervous about opening up when it comes to certain things. Like, it's really interesting that state by state, it's like either the floodgates are opened or it's like, oh, we're still gonna be a little safe about this or that, um, and also like the main industries impacted by that, like, aren't really the stock market movers. It's like the main thing that's gonna save is like restaurants, and they don't have stocks. And
Oh
then
yeah,
that,
I don't know what you had stock in specifically, but I'm just spitballing on the
well,
whole.
and then even so, then there's this where it's like, um, if inflation or the rates go up, which they might do because we're loaning all this stuff from in order to survive COVID. Um, that it's getting towards the point, and even like all the proposed spending plans are like obscene amounts of money that that could tip inflation and interest rates, and if that does it, yeah, the market is not going to look good. So it's just very precarious, which is why I'm taking it out for now. Um, Again, I was finally positive. It took me how many goddamn months to like bounce into the green. So uh, I'll hold on to it, and then if it gets bad, I'll buy in because you buy in when it's bad, and then if it goes good, I don't care. I already made money. Oh, I don't make more money. Ugh. I'll wait for something to slip up a bit, and then I'll get in on that. It's always gonna be there. I'm not gonna miss the stock market somehow. I'll just
Okay.
gotta wait for the next opportunity.
Big stock man, large stock nerd.
Again, my main time in the stock market is, if it's taught me anything, it's that I don't know anything, and the experts also don't know anything. So that's why as a generally like skeptical and paranoid dude, it's uh, it's fun, but it's also terrifying. So there's also that level of me being out of it, where it's like, ah,
I'm
like
sorry, I'm listening to you, but I'm like also having a. I'm trying to. I'm yelling elsewhere in my house as you talk,
I mean that's it.
but I'm hearing you. I don't understand.
What?
I don't know. You too. What did I watch recently that caused this to happen? It's like YouTube thinks I'm a coomer. It's just like randomly recommending me like a 900,000 view video of just some like Asian chick in like very skimpy shorts, just
I
like
get those
standing.
all the time, dude.
Oh yeah.
I can tell you why. It's because 9,000
Didn't
other
we have
people
this
watched it.
conversation before? Isn't that like because you'll click on like the random 10-second clip of like Sasha Grey or something?
For the Twitch clips, I understand it, but this isn't a Twitch clip.
Oh, well, I don't
It's
get
just
anything.
like
It's not a Twitch clip,
this
so.
isn't a Twitch clip. It's just like a modeling thing, and I have no idea why. It recommended me this. My most recent video is a 20-minute Vice News video about inside the battle for Jerusalem, and then it's like, hey, do you want to watch this Coomer shit? And I'm like, maybe. I mean, like, kind of, I do actually, but like, I don't know
We
why you're
can't help
giving
but
it to me.
notice you're watching a downer. You want an upper? Check this out.
You want some Cooming? Huh? Anyway, where were we? Who's weak? Mine or yours? Richard.
I mean, I can go. I got pizza in my mouth, but I'll go. My week was quick. Um, Besides work in the video game sphere, me and Brandon have been playing, got and are playing Warcraft 3 Reforged.
Yep.
I've noticed. How's that?
Yep.
It's hell.
That's what I've heard.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
like taking a cheese grater against your balls like every night for a few hours.
It's I was gonna talk about it during my week, but you brought it up, so it's fine. Like I'll just talk about it now. There's a bit of a story behind that, which is that I just kind of like watched a video of someone playing Warcraft 3 online, and I was like, man, I just like I got hit with all the nostalgia and like all the memories of like little Brandon playing Warcraft 3 online and stuff, and enjoying it and not being good at it by any stretch of the imagination, but eking out wins every once in a while and having fun, you know, playing Warcraft 3. Um, so I guess I jokingly but also semi-seriously pitched. It was somewhat seriously pitched the idea to Richie of buying Warcraft 3 Reforged and playing online, and I think I even worded it to him like, "Hey, do you want to get Warcraft 3 and just get shit on?" For a while, and we agreed to do it, and we did it, and yeah, it's just been hell because wouldn't you guess that all the fucking people who are still playing that game, especially probably because of all like the negative reception to Warcraft 3, like Reforged, because it is a pretty dog shit remaster, 100%, $30 is like absolutely too much money for it, but because of what the game is and because of all that negative press and shit, I think both things have combined to make it so that the people who are still queuing for multiplayer games are only like the diehard, like try hard Giga Chads of Warcraft 3. So we just get rolled.
I mean,
Like
even
every
thinking
game.
about it, that like at least some of these people probably like when you were a child and then you stopped playing it, they didn't. And it's been this many years of them just becoming murderers.
I mean, yeah, that's possible. I mean, Warcraft 3 had a community before Reforged for sure. I've learned of that recently, actually, that there are other things like Warcraft 3 champions and like all these various ways in which like a community has kept that game's multiplayer environment alive, and like those are the people that we're running into. And it's like it's not a question, right? It's like no, they obviously know what they're doing. Like when you run into someone who very clearly has a strategy, you can see that even down to like the way they've placed the buildings in their base are like different from the way that you're just winging it. You can see that like people are rushing you and trying to kill you in like 5 minutes with strategies that you just like can't fucking react to because you never would have saw it coming. People who like just the way they use their heroes and the way they kill creep camps on the map is just like leagues better than what you're doing. It's just like slamming your dick into a keyboard and playing in a very like amateur fashion. Like everyone knows what they're doing. Everyone. We haven't ran into a single fucking team of two that kinda is like of our skill level. There was one game we played where we almost won, kind of, sort of, and by that I mean like we had one big team fight where we kind of like wiped them, but they also like wiped us in return, and then we sort of reset to neutral, and then they stopped us. But like that was the only game where we kind of got some footing, and every other one has just been like you're dead in like 5 minutes. You're dead in like 10 minutes. You're dead. They're just like outplaying you in every facet of the match.
Yeah, it's been rough, dude, because I liked Warcraft 3. I played a lot of Warcraft 3. I didn't play a lot of the multiplayer. So getting back into it, it's been an experience.
It's thinking about it, it's like so like I said, I think it's not just because of what the game is. I also think I also think like if the player base were bigger, right? Because the game's not even that old, really. But if there were more people playing it, I think maybe there would be a greater selection of people for us to get matched with. Maybe we'd run into some people who are like of our skill level, but they're not. It's clearly just this like select group of people who are fucking killers, and it's very similar to like a fighting game, like a late stage. It feels like going online in like a late stage fighting game, right? Where like playing against the AI is cool for practice and shit, but it's not really helping you to learn how to play the game. Because in a fighting game, you can practice like combos and like neutral and all that shit all day against the AI, but the skill set you're building up is so not what you need. Because then you're gonna go online, and when you're playing against the person, like neutral changes completely, right? The way they're gonna like react to everything that you do, what they're gonna do to you, it's just not the same thing. Like they don't play in anywhere near the same way, and it's the same shit here where it's like I could do skirmish games against the AI for days just to practice like a build order and shit, but the second we team and we play against two people like humans, it just all goes out the fucking window, dude. It's like playing Guilty Gear Xrd right now on PC. If you were to like jump into a lobby and just get dominated by people who are like pro players, it's the same shit. It's not really like an environment that you can learn in, you know? Is kind of what I'm getting at. There is no learning. It's just like play against a killer, try to make it work, and it's like fuck, dude. I can't learn in that environment. It's very difficult.
Yeah, because there's no like MMR matchmaking. It's just, hey, you match up, they match up.
Yep.
Yeah, here you go.
So there's no like curve, you know. There's no like play some people who are similar to you, and so you kind of like build up a skill set, get a little bit better at the game. Eventually, maybe you run into the people who are better, and maybe you're on their level by the time you get there. Like none of that exists. It's just like hit the button. Here's two dudes who've been playing for like a decade. They're fucking giga chads, and they're gonna rock you. Good luck. It's rough. Did Blizzard steal our money? Did we give Blizzard
Absolutely. But
$60 collect?
I want to learn. I want to get better.
Yeah, I mean, I'll keep if you're gonna keep playing. Like, I guess I'll keep throwing myself into the fucking crucible. We're probably just gonna get shit on, but I'm willing to try. It did sort of push. I mean, I know it's your week, but you kind of did it with me. It did sort of push me back into playing Heroes of the Storm because I was like, man, I like these Warcraft characters. So I'm gonna go.
That that will bring me, I guess, to my next thing I did this week, which was me and Brandon started playing Heroes of the Storm again, and that game is fun. That game we can actually win.
Yeah, because I was like, I like these Warcraft characters and shit, and I can go play them in this game where I can like pick up a win and I can like not get absolutely stomped because my micro isn't up to snuff.
You
Yeah, so
boys,
we've just been doing that,
you
and
boys
that's
spend a lot of
basically my
time
week.
playing games that make you upset.
No, I disagree with you. You're not wrong in the sense that like, yeah, every once in a while, like a match of Dota can make me upset, but I also know how to play Dota. So it's like, haha, funny. Dota makes me want to rip my cock off, lol. And it's like, yeah, that's true. That's true sometimes, but I'm also joking sometimes. It's like, yeah, I have fun with Dota. You know, when I lose a game of Dota, I can tell you why, right? I can tell you like the mistakes that I made. I can tell you what went wrong. Like, did someone on my team not play the way they should have? What did I do to fuck this up? In Warcraft 3, it's like I'm just jumping into an environment full of dudes who will not let me play the game. I'm not playing the game. You know what I mean? That's the difference. This is not a joke. This is not like haha suffering lol. This is like no, I'm not playing, dude. I'm just getting fucked on every time I queue, but I'm trying, but I'm not really getting anywhere. But we're doing it.
We're trying.
Heroes is fun though. I enjoy Heroes for what it is. It's my nice little like arena like arcade MOBO where I just you just jump in, you get the quick little team fights. You don't have all the anxiety of a Dota match. It's just in and out. I can play some of these like Warcraft characters that like I can have some fun in here, you know.
Yeah,
And then I'm
no.
out.
Heroes. I said this last night when we were playing. Heroes has a certain charm to it, where it's just like it's very low octane in a way. Like it's high octane when you're playing, but like I don't get like my blood pressure doesn't go up the same way like playing a game of Dota.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. I fully agree with you. Sometimes I gotta like take a like Dota gets to me sometimes, anxiety wise, where I'm just like sometimes if a game is like really close, or if I'm playing like a really high octane position against someone who's like pretty decent and like similar or better than me, like if I'm playing mid or something in like a really high octane match or whatever, or like just if a game is really close regardless of the position I'm playing, like Dota spikes my fucking anxiety, dude, on occasion. And sometimes I feel like I can only take so much of it in like a row. Heroes never does that to me because it's just like jump in and have fun. Like it doesn't even matter what hero I'm playing. I don't even really care if I win or lose. It's just like I get quick fights. I get the it's like you get a nice quick like little diet version of the MOBA experience, you know. It's just like in and out, you're good. You get the action with like none of the fucking anxiety and remorse.
Get
That
ready
doesn't mean
though.
that doesn't mean I like it more than Dota or anything, like mechanically speaking. It's just that like for what it is, it's less taxing on my mind and my mental health to play heroes.
Yeah, and I mean the game's fun. I mean, you know, it's not bad. I don't know why Blizzard thinks it's fucking garbage and not worth supporting, but
That when was the last hero was that Null dude? When did he even come out?
Augur, wasn't it? I mean, I want to say recent, but it's not recent. Uh,
December 2020?
yeah, December 1st, 2020.
Yeah, so it's been almost 6 months with no new hero. Or like I know they've been doing like balance updates, and I think they did a few like existing hero changes and reworks and shit. Um but yeah, I don't think they've done any like super significant content for almost half a year. So I feel like Heroes of the Storm is on like life support. It's on the game version of life support, you know, where like everyone shows up to see if it's alive and make sure that it's okay, and that's the people playing it. But at any point in time, Blizzard could be like, no point in keeping it going.
I'm like going through like the Blizzard forums, and people are saying like it's not dead, it's just like in a coma.
Yeah, life
Soon to be
support.
dead. Yeah.
Exactly. Literally, literally my same fucking analogy. It's on life support.
And that's sad because, like I said, there's a charm to it.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you.
Oh, that's my week. I mean, Blizzard is taking my money. It's like my childhood all over again.
Hold on, I'll do my week in 1 second. My dog is going apeshit. My- So here's what just occurred. You can leave this in or edit it out, entirely up to you. Some kid was on my porch. He's just like,
Okay.
I don't know. We don't know who he is. I see a dude. I can see it. My dog's going nuts, and my mom's walking towards the front door. And I come out onto the landing, and I see like a kid's feet, but he's like older. Like he
Older
had to
kid.
be in like his 20s, maybe, because he looked. So I'm saying kid, but like kid to me. But
Okay.
he looks young adultish. And he's like, he doesn't have shoes on for some reason, and he's standing on the porch, and he's like, "Can I use your phone?" And my mom's like, "Scram before I let the dog out on you."
Oh my god.
That's the correct response.
And then he walked away.
Fucking rip.
So I don't know what's up with that. Hopefully he's not being murdered or something. Or hopefully he's not gonna break in and murder me.
Never
one or the other.
fall it for the "can I use your phone" excuse.
Yeah.
That's
Hey, he might knock on your door in like 5 minutes. He was just
That's
here.
okay.
Oh,
I'll
my dog's barking again. I'm gonna go make sure he's not like coming in a window.
Oh, I can't wait till we hear the glass shatter and you hear me run for my guns.
fucking nutty, dude. Yeah, right. You're right next door, dude. You could fucking just bam, bam from
Well,
your
I mean,
window.
they have a gun, so they really don't need
Yeah,
to.
but you got a bigger gun.
That's true. I'd probably not use my bigger gun, though, ironically enough. The "can I use your phone" thing was probably way more successful before, they gave phones away for free with the plan. Like, the second that started, that game is over.
Fucking Brandon's mom is a savage, and I love
Oh,
it.
yeah.
It's fucking great.
I'm gonna look out my window. Give me a second.
Yeah, get on that.
All right, whatever. I'm alive.
All right.
You
Is he
know,
gone?
I guess so. Yeah, I looked around. I see no man on my porch. If I randomly cut out, it's because I'm fighting a home invader.
Anthony's coming
scream,
over with the
scream.
guns.
I'll just run over with my stuff.
Or who knows? Maybe, like I said, maybe he'll be knocking on your door in fucking 2 minutes. Why mine? I don't know. Like, very fucking weird. I looked outside. I don't see anybody. I don't
You
know.
know what's the craziest thing about that? Your driveway isn't paved, and he has no shoes on.
Yeah, that's another oddity.
There are many houses he could pick, and he picked the one that hurts to get to.
Whatever. I don't know.
What an exciting podcast.
Maybe, yeah, very, very active, very high octane. Maybe he was truly in danger, and now he's been scared off my porch.
Now he's in someone's van.
You should have had a phone.
Should
They
have
got
fun.
Mint Mobile. Hey, shout out to Mint Mobile. Sponsor us. Sponsor us, Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds, save us. That was Ryan Reynolds outside your door.
I didn't see his face because of the angle. Like, you know how my house is, right? So I'm like, I walk out of my door, so I can only see like his lower half. Now my mom's like already at the front door because I guess he had knocked, and I didn't hear it because I had headphones. I just heard my dog going apeshit, so I didn't see him. It could have been Ryan Reynolds, for all I know. Probably not
There
though.
goes our sponsorship, if so.
Anyway, I can super easily progress this podcast because everything Richie talked about was going to be in my week. So I've got nothing.
Excellent.
Warcraft 3 suffering. Here is the storm. I've made no progress on RE8 because I've been either playing other games or I've been on my old PC doing some shit, and like that's it. So all the Warcraft like hate and suffering it's been causing me, I have already discussed. So I pretty much got nothing else. That might be most speed ran week of all time.
Oh yeah, what I was gonna say before, and I said I'll wait. You lied to me.
Who is you?
Brandon lied to me.
Yeah, it was. Sorry, I'm like I walked away from my push to talk to open my window and make sure there are no home invaders on my lawn.
You didn't finish the Dota anime.
Oh yeah, it's true. Yeah, I meant to do that. I did watch the first 4 episodes of it, and then I just
Oh, that's
I've
pretty
been
good.
doing. Yeah, it's not really pretty good because it's very short. I could have did the last 4.
What'd you think of the bit you did?
I could have did the last 4 like any night, and I just didn't do it. So because I've been doing other shit, but I will. We'll have a nice discussion. No, I guarantee you I'll be done with it by the time we record next week because I literally can bang out the last 4 in like a night in less than 2 hours. So
Well,
I look forward to it.
well, at least what's your first 4 episodes
assuming I'm
impression?
not dead to a home invader or something, yeah, we'll talk about fucking the Dota anime next week.
Okay. So on to news. Sunset Overdrive might be getting a sequel. Hey, it's that thing that we talked about either a week ago or 2 weeks ago. I don't even remember anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. Apparently it's like a Sony thing. It's same shit as before with the Sony licensing and shit, and apparently they are not confirming a sequel. I'm sorry if you hear my dog barking in the background.
Is that
They're not
Alright.
confirming a sequel, but they are potentially making a new game. They're not ruling it out because Sony owns Insomniac now, and they were like, maybe we'll do it, but maybe we won't.
Speaking of stuff we already talked about, WB Games may be split up and sold off again. We talked about this like a long ass time ago. I think that deal fell through, or they decided not to go with it. Well, it's back on the table, boys. Your Mortal Kombats and your, I don't know, Arkham. What else does WB Games do? Whatever. The stuff that they do could potentially be owned by another person, and maybe they'll change nothing. Maybe they'll change everything.
Yeah, where they change everything.
Speaking of stories that we already talked about, another thing is we talked about Toys for Bob going on the COD. Well, uh, Blizz- Blizzard's earning reports came out, and people realized why that is. As it turns out, COD didn't make tons of money in physical sales. I wonder why. Pandemics and whatnot. What a mystery. Um, but guess what did smash expectations unexpectedly? Uh, Crash. And same with Tony Hawk Pro Skater, the 1 and 2 remake. Also smashed expectations. So they were put on the Diablo team because a number went up somewhere. So clearly these are the plus number men, and we need to equip them in a different slot. Like this is a
Please,
fucking RPG.
please make the number go up over here instead. Thank you. That's just classic, like, games industry horseshit. I don't know. It's like one of those stories where I hear about it and I'm like, yeah, it kind of sucks, but is it shocking that this is what's going on? Not really.
Nope.
Small things must die, so big things may get bigger. The number must go up.
The brand is more important than profits.
Number must go up.
It's the mythical short term, long term, short term.
Make the number go up.
And finally, a news story. Resident Evil Infinite Darkness had a trailer.
New trailer.
I watched it. This is, I think, the first time I actually watched a trailer that was posted in the Discord.
Yep, I can't believe it. Honestly, I was gonna say that. I was gonna be like, oh my god, he watched it. Holy.
I think it looks neat. I really like the opening angle of like, hey, I was regular soldier when the bioweapon got released, and it kind of fucked me up. That's cool, and that should be explored. Good idea, Capcom. I also like that it looks ridiculous and schlocky like all of the CG movies.
Dude, I was gonna say that. That was my greatest takeaway from this trailer. Is I was like, this looks like it's gonna be corny as fuck, and I'm fine with that, I guess.
I've
Whatever.
greatly enjoyed almost all the CG movies. I can't remember which one is which, honestly. They all kind of blend together in ridiculousness. Except for the last one. The last one that has a special place in my heart. But long story short, they were entertaining. Turn your fucking brain off. No, actually ask questions. Be bewildered. It's a bewildering experience, and I was getting those vibes from this, so I'm quite excited.
It does look very corny and schlocky, but I'm kind of down for it. I don't know. I will likely watch this when it comes out because I need to know. You know.
I would like to see who else. So far, we've got original the character Leon and Jill being pretty prominent. Um, no, wait, yeah, not Jill. My brain. Help me, Brendan. Brendan, help.
I keep. What did you say?
Who is not Jill? Who is the character? I can't remember her name.
Claire?
Claire? I
Yes,
said
thank
Claire.
you. Jesus Christ. Maybe so. Yeah, we saw Claire,
Leon.
Leon, and original the character. Who else may pop up? Is it Billy Cohen? Probably not.
I don't know, dude. Ada Wong. Big Ada.
Could be. It looks like Jill is gonna have her own kind of. I said Jill again.
Stop. Say that.
I can't. I can't
saying that.
stop it.
You not know who it is. She hasn't changed the red coat in fucking 10 years.
It's still the same coat. Leon
That was
keeps.
something I find so funny.
Leon buys a new jacket every release, but
Yeah.
she only has the one. You know why? She's not on an agent salary. She doesn't work for the government.
It's
So
like
you can't afford a new jacket where Leon is just like fucking throwing out bills.
you know why I honestly think they did that. So, I think I that was the one thing I took away from the trailer. I was like, that's goofy. Like, why is she still wearing a red jacket? Like, why has that become her greatest design element? That in everything she's ever in, she's still wearing a red jacket. It's like, why wouldn't she put anything else on at any point in time? And then I realized why that is. It's because Claire hasn't been in as much shit as Leon has, and when she is in stuff, her look changes dramatically, right? Because it's either she was in the old shit or she was in like the really recent stuff like RE2 remake, and in between every game she doesn't have like those very well defined like features like Leon does, where you look at Leon and you're like, okay, that's Leon. But Claire has gone through so many different like weird designs and shit that like in order for someone to look at it and just be like, oh, that's Claire, you put her in a red jacket and you're like, okay, woman, relatively same hairstyle, red jacket, that's Claire. You know what I mean? It's like we can't think of any other way to make sure that the viewer knows who this is before she says her name, other than making it so that she never changes clothes for like her entire life.
And sometimes, even when you do that, some idiots on a failed podcast would be like, look, it's Jill.
The very well-known character Jill. That's who that is. In the red jacket. Damn it, Anthony, you're better than this.
I am. That's why I was begging for your help, but you were too busy fighting off a home intruder.
I'm fighting off home invaders here, Anthony. Okay, it's
And you
very
can
hard
still
work.
get it right. You're experiencing Resident Evil in the literal sense.
I am. Send help.
No, but
for
for real,
weeks.
if you ever if some shit goes down, just give me a call. I'm next door.
Just yell.
Oh yeah, you're hearing me screaming.
I probably
I'm
won't,
pointing out
honestly.
there.
It's pretty well insulated, our house.
Like, Claire never changes her outfit, but in literally her entire life. Because this likely takes place before Revelations 2, and in every game that she's ever been in, she has a red coat.
It's her defining trademark.
Except for Code Veronica, actually.
You know what?
Oh,
Good
I
point.
thought she did have a red jacket in Code Veronica.
In Code Veronica, I'm fairly certain she's just walking around in like a black shirt.
Listen to
Maybe
us
at the
all
start.
Google this immediately.
I mean, she's got the red jacket on the box.
Oh yeah, it's like a shirt.
It's
Yeah.
it's a vest. It's not a jacket. It is a vest.
But it is still red, so that still counts. The point is, Claire really likes the color red, and if it's not a jacket, it's a shirt, and she'll always be designed with something red on her upper body so that the viewer can immediately tell that that's who it is. Until we get a character model that's like doesn't change between like multiple iterations, so you can tell that it's her without a red piece of fucking clothing, which who knows when that will happen. But Claire will never change her wardrobe. I would kind of like them to just keep running with the way she looks in RE2 Remake, but for some reason she doesn't look like that here. She's like different. It's like some weird mishmash of her old face and like her Revelations 2 face. It doesn't look like 2 Remake Claire. I don't know why they would do that. But anyway,
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it where it comes out. So
It's gonna be
I gotta know.
interesting. There were some hints to like it's definitely post Resident Evil 6 is at least what I got from it.
I don't think so. I think it's been confirmed that this is when he's working as the bodyguard for the president. So it might be between 4 and 6, because that president dies at the start of
well,
6.
there was that scene. It looked like it was The Office, and then it jump cuts to like everybody dead. So that's why I thought it was like a 6 reference.
Maybe. I would be shocked if that's the case, because I don't think Capcom wants to acknowledge 6 in any way, shape, or form.
Probably.
But maybe you're right. I don't know.
that's how it gets referenced. As he goes, "Oh, the nightmare." That was that time. Oh, why you're all shaken up from it? Was it from when the president died and stuff?
No,
And you're
it
like,
was just it was too long.
it was really long, and I was hanging from a helicopter in a scene that didn't make sense, and then
so bad.
they gave me controls so I could roll on the ground in a zombie action game. Even for my section where I didn't encounter things that shot back at me, it was really weird.
Yeah, but like, can you believe that my experience was the best one?
Can you?
Of everything? Everything else was even worse in that nightmare.
What if Jake Muller shows up?
God. So bad.
It'd be so great if he shows up and even Leon is just like, it's you.
No. From my nightmares. No.
I'd rather see Wesker right now. Or anyone else, really. Who would be the worst person from Resident Evil to show up that isn't Jake? And isn't, like, obviously dead? I'd rather see Hunk right now. I personally love Hunk, but I imagine
I don't. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't
all
think
the
anyone
protagonists would not want to see him though.
No, probably
Like,
not.
it's you bastard.
Asshole, bastard, asshole.
Asshole,
I want to know.
dick face, bitch. What if that's Leon's just like not even like
Bitch
bad
ass.
one-liners that he usually just be like, you bitch ass loser twerp.
He walks in and you think he's gonna say something smart because he points at him and he's like, "Who is this?" And then he's going to open his mouth and you're like, "Oh, it's gonna be a one-liner," and he's just like a fuck face.
Some
really
kind
crap.
of bitch.
Some kind
He
of
comes
asshole.
in and he's like, what flavor bitch is this? And everyone just stares at him for a couple of seconds before going on with their day. No one even addresses it. They sandbag his put down.
You're a bitch.
And then he's like, what is everyone doing? Bingo? And then everyone starts laughing and it's fine again.
Yeah, it's fine. That's what I'm most interested in. I want to know if this, because I don't really understand. I think they've said this in the past, and we may have even talked about this on the podcast, and I just forgot. I wonder if I wonder if this is like pre or post RE4. I just wonder if he's like gone through that at this point, or if it's even before that.
Okay, so
And also, he's working with the president, right? It's unclear from the president's like model and look. I'm not honestly sure if it's supposed to be the president from RE4 or if it's the president from 6, because believe it or not, I think they're two different presidents. I think it's a different guy in 4 and 6, and you never see the president in 4. You just rescue Ashley.
yeah.
So if this is like pre or post 4 and it's still the president, the acting president from 4, will Ashley have a cameo in this? That would be mind blowing.
Wow, that would be nuts.
That would be fucking awesome, actually. She's got ballistics.
She does. I gotta say though, that's an interesting tangent, and it should be commented on far more deeply than I'm going to allow it to be. But I have to mention, you used the word post, and I was just thinking, what crazy out of touch Netflix thing could they do? And
Post Malone?
I was like CG cameos or like face scans of like real people. And it's just like Leon S. Kennedy working with Post Malone.
Shaking hands with Pasty Melon.
Man, there be some zombies and shit in here.
I've been in the hills, fucking dude.
I was in the hills of Raccoon City fucking dudes when this dog, and I escaped into my apocalypse bunker.
That 21 Savage kicks down the door and he's there too. And now they're all solving the problem. It's Leon,
You can
Pasty
only
Melon, and
open
21
this
Savage.
door if you put 6 cars in this 12-car garage.
It's a Resident Evil puzzle.
Yeah, they
It's like
literally
the Spencer State.
Post
You have to get
Post
6
Malone's
cars.
fucking apocalypse bunker is set up like the fucking police station in Resident Evil 2.
I
There's
can't
like
open the door to get in because there aren't 6 cars in this 12-car garage.
I have to arrange these busts with the fucking armor key.
This is a beautiful thing. RE9 should take place entirely in Post Malone's
Post
apocalypse
Malone's
bunker.
apocalypse bunker.
As you're like trying to solve puzzles to get to the various rooms. Oh god, that's funny.
You get to the end, it's just Post Malone, and they're like, "Oh, where's the virus?" And he's like, "Virus? I don't know about no virus, but this new album's sick." And then they listen to it.
Yeah, and the whole game's just an ad for
It's
the new
just
Pasty Melon
an ad.
album. And you listen to it and you get infected with the P virus. You get like, and all it does is it gives you like a sick face tattoo and like a grill.
Pre-order now and you get your own apocalypse bunker. You'll get.
God, what a podcast!
This has been good. I don't know what to do with the thumbnail because Surge offering you pizza to like a furry, I guess. And
No, for clicks, it has to be a very large Post Malone face. Regardless of whatever else you do in the thumbnail, make sure Post Malone is very clearly visible, even in small thumbnail form, just so we get all the Pasty Melon fans. You know, they'll be like, "Oh my god, they're talking about Pasty Melon, dude, and let's go." Just saying, clickbait tactics, large Post Malone.
oh man. Excellent.
Excellent.
That's the podcast. I don't know. I don't know if
Yeah,
you
I
want
mean
to keep
that's
talking.
it. We have no
Is that
news.
really all the news?
That is literally it.
We have no news. That's it, dude. But we had a few good tangents, and
We
isn't that
did.
what the people want?
Yeah.
The 5 people. That's what they want.
again. I think that's the end goal here.
What?
Is is that
Mostly
it's
tangents and
yeah.
very little news. Yeah. I've gone on record in early podcasts as saying that I prefer when we're not just like hitting bullet points and shit. I like talking shit. I like it when it's just like a conversation we'd be having even if we weren't recording, and it's just about some insane shit. I like that. Those are the better moments of the podcast. But I guess that's it. I gotta take a fucking fat shit, so let's wrap this up.
Say the line.
Oh, yeah, you all suck. You're the worst. And I'm gonna pretend like I'm pooping on you as I'm squeezing out this giant poop.
Thank you for listening. Have a good evening.